on today?
Hey guys. Hey everyone. Hi everyone.
Hello everybody and welcome back to Real Love Social.
Hi everyone.
Got a 911.
Yeah, we do. Jerk.
Your buddy.
No, not no more. Well, I mean,
He's still cool. He's just
still gonna watch all my shows. But I'm not happy with him. I'll tell you that. And I don't have a problem saying it.
Who are we talking about?
Mr. Bravo himself.
Andy. Oh, Andy. Na, na. Oh, that's Mandy.
Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I get it. But he is so influential. And he puts it on one of his episodes at the end of Love Island episode. And he totally just disregard for everything else just because of some positive things he's done in his career. Dr. Fauci.
He dropped down and praised him.
Yeah, that was in his muzzle.
So to speak. Hold on, let's just play it.
Yeah.
For the people who didn't watch the end of the Bravo.
And for all
Love
of you
Island
new
show.
people here, in case you didn't know, I'm Quincy. This is Michael, and we're with Real Love Social.
Is this what you're referring to?
Yeah, let's play this and get some responding comments from our
We'll let Numbnut speak for himself.
It is time for my mazel of the day. It goes to Dr. Anthony Fauci, who spent over 3 hours today being grilled, berated, and sworn at by Senate Republicans over the imaginary crimes they want you to believe he committed during his management of the COVID-19 pandemic. Meanwhile, this is the same Dr. Fauci who was a devoted public servant for 54 years and led the federal response to the HIV/AIDS epidemic as the main architect of PEPFAR.
What has that old work got to do with this new work?
That's my point. I'm not here to reevaluate everything he's done in his lifetime, because you can be a perfect, upstanding citizen one day and you can go out tomorrow and murder somebody else. Not in reflection to this. I'm saying, hypothetically speaking, what would that make you? Like, you can't take his past accomplishments and combine them into what happened during COVID with total disregard for all the misinformation, all the misleading lies. His diary. Did you see his diary?
Apparently Andy didn't.
Is responsible for saving over 26 million lives around the world. Even one of his fiercest critics, Larry Kramer, called him the only true and great hero when it came to responding to the cruel epidemic, while many others in our government turned their backs on our community. Our country is facing serious problems. We're in a war with no end in sight. Prices are skyrocketing. We can't even eat lettuce, for God's sake. And to declare a war on science at a time like this is deeply unserious and dangerous. Maybe our politicians are just jealous because doctors and scientists do the one thing they can't ever seem to do: fix something. Thank you, Dr. Fauci.
What's your take on that? I about fell out.
Well, I could see he was straight reading off the teleprompter, but I think he always does that.
Yeah,
so
he does. But it's still his words.
Does he get paid for that shit, or he wrote
It's his show. He puts up what he wants to say, and if that's what he wants to do, teleprompt it. That's besides the point. I'm asking you what you think about what he said.
I didn't know that was his show, that he could just say whatever he wants. I thought maybe someone has him saying that, you know?
No, this is Bravo. This is Andy's show.
Well, I think he needs to read the diary and maybe watch the hearing. That's what I think.
You think? He didn't even look at his diary? Well, we were watching. I want to show the people the news clip with Jesse Waters, and it says what he did and didn't do on there.
Blasio locked down the city on Fauci's orders, and it got so bad everybody either died or moved to Florida. Some dead enders.
What do we do?
We moved to Florida, but not because of Dr. Fauci, just because of the results of what
Still think Fauci followed the science. Now, if Andy had read the diary or watched the hearing like we did, he'd know Fauci blew it. And what's unserious is this. Dear Diary, deaths in the USA up to 1,000 a day for 4th day in a row. They have created a baseball card with a photo of me throwing out the first pitch. Yeah, that's the diary. Americans were dropping dead, but Tony got his own baseball card. Woo! Now, in Fauci's little black book, half the pages are basically him bragging about dinners with Tapper and Zooms with Julia Roberts.
So, he didn't even read, he didn't even...
Well,
I have moderate severe.
Give a shit.
Well, yeah. Where does he think he fixed it? Then we go into showing you his actions when he was brought in to the hearing.
Well, this is edited just a bunch of the times that he wouldn't answer.
Well, it was told allegedly that it was 100 times that he took his right.
I respectfully decline to answer. Under the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer. I respectfully decline to answer.
I also have a little something I'd like to read, taking us all back to that horrific time in our lives.
I'm going to give you one more opportunity to comply with the law. At any point between January 1st, 2014 and January 19th, 2025, did you destroy any federal record or tell anyone else to?
Under the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer based upon my rights under the Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
I find your objection unsupported and direct you to answer the question.
Advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer.
Well, nothing says honesty like taking the fifth, huh, Doc? Let's try something. What day of the week is it today?
On the advice of counsel, I respectfully decline to answer. Any reasonable person who has followed his unhinged obsession with me would readily come to the same conclusion. Therefore, although it pains me to do so because of the respect I have for the legislative branch of government and my decades-long record of cooperating with Congress, under the advice of my attorneys, I will invoke my right under the Fifth Amendment of the Constitution to refrain from answering your questions.
So here's the thing. Out of respect for them, he's going to refrain from answering the question, and his long history record that he holds. He's going to refrain from answering the question. Make that make sense. How does that even make sense? Because of his record, and if he was confidently speaking about what he feels he did right, why didn't he answer the questions? What is he hiding? I mean, it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. He's wrong. He should have.
Well, I'm just wondering. I could see some. He might not. His lawyer told him just.
Well,
don't
sure,
answer that,
some.
but not
every single one. What day of the week is it?
Well, the one he just said, "Did you destroy or tell anyone to destroy records?" I would
The
say,
people
"Hell no,
have
I
a
didn't
right
do
to
that."
know.
Hell no, I didn't do that. But no, he said, "I ain't answering that shit."
You see how hypocritical this is? How some information is okay to be hidden, and other information they want answers now. It blows my mind. Anyway, just to remind everybody what it was like back then, have this little clip spoken from a nurse who says, Dear Dr. Fauci, watching your testimony
Where's that from?
I found this information once he started going to the hearing. It's just literally 2 days old that a nurse posted this to give the reminder of what was going on back then in that horrific time. Dear Dr. Fauci, watching your testimony brought back emotions I have carried for years. I dedicated my career to caring for patients. As a nurse, I showed up every day during one of the most difficult periods healthcare has ever faced. I cared for frightened patients, worked long hours, and did everything I could to help people during a time of fear and uncertainty. Behind the scrubs was a single mother raising 3 boys, like many others. I eventually found myself backed into a corner. I resisted getting the COVID vaccine for so long as I could. I have an autoimmune disease, and deep in my spirit, I felt something wasn't right for me. I prayed constantly for wisdom and discernment. Every part of me wanted the freedom to make my own medical decision. Instead, I was told that if I didn't get vaccinated, I would lose my job. That wasn't informed consent, it was coercion. As a single mom, I couldn't afford to lose the career I had worked so hard for and built, so I received the Johnson & Johnson vaccine despite every instinct telling me not to. This is kind of long, but it's still important. Within days, I could barely walk. For 6 days, I struggled just to move. My autoimmune disease went on overdrive. That experience changed my life. Whether anyone else believes there was a connection doesn't change what I lived through. At the same time, I was living another nightmare. I watched my father placed in palliative care while our family was largely kept away. Remember all that? We were allowed only limited visits, and every time I had to leave him, it felt like I was abandoning him. I'll never forget walking out of that room knowing he was scared, vulnerable, and dying. No daughter should ever have to say goodbye that way. As nurses, we held the hands of patients whose loved ones weren't allowed to be there. We watched families grieve through windows, phones, and video screens. Those moments will stay with many of us forever. The emotional toll of healthcare workers was immeasurable. So let me get down to this. Millions of people made impossible decisions under extraordinary pressure. Some lost jobs, some lost businesses, children lost milestones they'll never get back. Ours personally, Alicia's graduation. Families lost precious time together. Many healthcare workers felt they were no longer allowed to ask questions without risking their careers or their reputations. Trust isn't restored by avoiding difficult conversations. It's restored through honesty, transparency. Okay, so over here. My hope is that we learn from this chapter in history and that no healthcare worker is ever again forced to choose between their conscience and their livelihood, that no family is unnecessarily separated from someone they love during their final days, and that we never forget the human cost of policies made in the name of protecting us. This isn't written from hatred, it's written from heartbreak. Just a reminder of a little bit, just a tiny
That's
bit
just
of
one
what
person.
everybody went through. And then,
There's thousands of stories like that.
yeah, but it just takes you back to the 3 feet distancing. How we washed our food and handed it to each other outside. Like, we fell for this crap. It's embarrassing. So, Dr. Fauci and Andy's term should be praised for this. Okay. I'm having a hard time with that. Sorry.
I think he's the one that made up the social distancing shit.
He did. Wear a mask today. Don't wear one tomorrow. Let's wear one today. Oh, no, you don't need to wear one.
It works, it doesn't work.
Along with the mask or not the mask, it was 6 feet social distance, then 3 feet with a mask. Then it was proven that things could still get through the mask. Like, it was just so crazy. And then,
Remember we would come home without alcohol and mask on and hand me the groceries and we'd wipe it down with alcohol and put it in the house and do
That's
all
what I
this
was saying,
crazy
yeah.
shit.
And the,
We're breathing fucking lemon peels.
my God, I forgot about that.
Remember Alicia was with us? And
Yes, we
locked
made
in her
this
room and
whole
shit.
concoction to breathe in to clear your
It kills it,
self of any
supposedly.
virus. And then we even made our own sanitizers because it was costing so much money.
We
while
couldn't
we
find it too after a
Yeah,
while.
it was insane. But like, I get being protective and washing your hands and doing the normal things if you think you're going to get the flu or any type of virus. But this was just made to be so much bigger and heavier. And I don't know. I don't want to say too much because we did lose some friends and family from this virus. I realize that part, but this part where you take the extra mile to thank him for something that's he couldn't even answer for is ridiculous. He could have answered some of them questions. Granted, I understand him trying to protect himself because he's got different people coming for him in a sense, but if you believe in what you did, your lawyers should have trusted their work to represent you and let you speak about that. Not one thing was answered that a lot of the public deserved answers for. And he's thanking him for his past stuff that, if it's even, I haven't researched into that, so I can't speak on it.
How good of a job he did on
Yeah.
AIDS, on saving lives with AIDS and stuff. That's what
That
he was
doesn't mean
talking
that he
about.
didn't drop the ball right now. So no, I'm not going to thank him.
Thank you, Dr. Fauci.
What did he fix? He got
he didn't fix- he didn't
everybody's
fix
saying
COVID.
it's a bioweapon. The friggin' injection everybody went and got. They still don't know what they got their bodies injected with, because it was mandatory for most people that traveled, for most people that wanted to go to their jobs, certain types of jobs. It was mandatory that you had to get
That
this
nurse.
vaccine.
That nurse you just read?
Yeah, exactly. So, but nobody completely understood what you were injecting them with. And now there's a lot of other types of illnesses that people didn't have before the injection. Coincidental, or I don't know. Is it?
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, I don't know. You know me. I get hyped.
All right.
Well,
we
here's
done
this one
bashing
little.
Andy?
Wait. This one little thing I want to say.
You still like his shows, though, right? Andy shows?
So,
Oh, I'm asking, do you?
I don't know now. I don't know what I'm going to do going forward.
Oh, bullshit. You'll
Yeah.
be watching Real Housewives, and I'll be watching Love Island with you. Is that his show?
No. Yeah, okay, so one of my friends had talked about how her and her sister went to their mom was hospitalized with COVID in 2020, and she had just coded. They did CPR to bring her back, and she was in intensive care. The total hospital stay was 44 days. All visits being this way. Just disgusting. We did our best so she wouldn't feel like she was left alone to die in the hospital. But luckily, she came home 44 days later. However, they were not able to see her.
So what did she have to do? Oh, you mean they had to stand out through the glass and be like this? I remember some shit
Yeah.
like that. I remember funerals that only a couple people could get in, which was crazy.
What was she was saying against the nurse's report that I just read to
Yeah.
everybody?
Oh,
That
she was commenting
that's
on
how their visits were. They couldn't see her. And then I remember a girl that I worked with back then. His father passed away, and they could have 3 to 5 people, maybe 11 if I'm correct.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
At the funeral. Like, people didn't even get to say their goodbyes correctly. So this is critical information if it's done wrong or
So we know what to
given
do if
wrong,
this
'cause
happens
he's
again.
influential and everybody's going to follow what he says, and then later it comes out through research and documents and things that it was not correct. It was not the way it was supposed to be
if this
handled.
happens again in the future, we'll handle it the proper way.
Yeah, everybody
Someone
panics
will.
and everybody freaks out, and we were guilty of that as well. Yeah, it was a sad
It's
time.
his fault that I drank so much back then. Right?
Well, we were hoping it would kill the virus.
All right, Andy.
Anyway, get your
Donkey
shit
of the
together.
day, man. You're getting my donkey of the day, the Jackass Award.
Disappointed in you, boy. You can have your feelings and everything. I just don't think this message was necessary right now. But hey, it's a freedom of speech. You spoke, but he didn't. Whatever.
He has a platform. He can say what he wants.
Yeah, he
but
can.
So do we.
He can.
It's not as big
and
as
so
Andy's.
can I, and that's
but
why I'm saying what I'm saying.
we're growing a little bit at a time. We're getting a
What are you
platform.
talking about over here, rattling off while I'm talking? What are you saying?
Andy has a platform, and he's allowed to speak whatever he wants. And we have a little platform that we're speaking.
It's tiny,
on.
tiny, but
Yeah,
we're still going to
it's
speak.
growing. I'm getting a couple new people here and there.
Yeah, we appreciate it, guys. And I know this is controversial, but tell us what you think. We can handle it. Leave your comments. And we're going to post a link in the bio that is going to tell you all about Dr. Fauci's diary, because 100 pages of his
1,000.
diary. So 1,000
1,000 pages have been
1,000
published.
pages of his diary has been published. So it has been released.
I don't think Andy read them, but
No, I don't think so. And I don't think it would have changed his mind if he did. So,
yeah, probably not. Maybe. I don't know. All right.
all right, everybody. Peace and love.